I now request the second team to go forward with the presentation. And the second team is actually working on self-maintaining API, Purva.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Manikandan, Hitesh, where are the other two? Ronald and Vishnu. Guys, you can start the presentation. Hitesh?
Hello, ma'am. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yes, you
So,
can start by introducing the team members.
hello, ma'am. I'm Hitesh, and my
Hello.
teammates are Vishnu, Manigandan, Ronald Roshan, and myself. So, I have done the research analyst job and research about the problem statement. Our problem statement is about self-maintaining APIs.
Okay.
The problems we took this problem statement from the Y Combinator's 2000 fall 2026 batch, and our problem statement tells
Mm-hmm.
that every website requires APIs to run. It cannot run on its own. So if the APIs break, like API providers give version updates and security patch updates for the APIs. So when that happens, usually the APIs do not work and the website also breaks. So developers actually check the change logs of the API providers all the time to check for the updates and update the code in the website manually. So this takes a lot of time, and during this period, the website will be not working. So it's also producing revenue loss for the company. So to fix this, our problem statement tells us to use AI or an LLM to minimize the job's time and errors. By integrating AI to this, the AI will automatically do the job of identifying the API providers and changing it by itself. Our objective is that to detect and prioritize the what are the API providers that the website uses, and we use AI to migrate the older code to the newer code, and we validate it by actually using the AI. It produces a confidence score and the amount of how much the transformation from old code to new code works properly. We use the design thinking framework for actually finding solution for this project. We actually went through this all three stages: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and now we are actually in testing. This is the validate.
So before starting my explanation, let us give us a scenario about how and where our project gonna be useful. So let us assume a situation where a live production project is in live and it is working well, everything is fine, and this product heavily uses third-party APIs and third-party functions. So sometimes a user finds a function which is not using well and not working properly according to the given solutions. And what will the
Mm-hmm.
user will do? User will complain to the client, and client will complain to the project owner. The project owner will complain to the project manager, and it will go to the developer team. So it is a big problem, right? How did this big problem arise? Just because an API key got updated and change log got changed. So developer without knowing this update, the developer got missed the update. So the problem arises to the user. So and it goes behind. This is a big problem. So a developer can completely avoid this problem and safely maintain the code base and the repositories by using our platform. So let me explain how we implemented this solution. So first, a user can connect to our platform by using GitHub PAT key, which is a personal access key, which is a temporary access to the GitHub account to get their code bases and code repository to connect with our platform. By connecting with our
Okay.
platform, they can connect with we are implemented two API providers for now, which is Open API and Stripe API. The
Okay.
so the our the user can scan the code bases, connected code bases within our
Mm.
platform, and it will scan according to the migration rules which we already predefined from the updated change logs which the API providers give. By using the migration rules, and our platform will work according to the rigorous system which will use the keywords and sets according in the source file, and uses AST, which is not only identify the code as simple words but identify the logic behind it. By compressing everything and sending it to a LLM will generate the updated code. So the updated code can be checked by the developer. And the major advantage of our platform is the developer can directly create a pull request within our platform. Just by clicking the pull request will be get to the GitHub. So they can verify the actual
Okay.
updated codes by see the LLM generated by getting all the process, and they can merge it if the code is correct, or they can further review if the code is not correct. So this is the general understanding of our problem. So in a scalable purpose, as we can explain, now we are only using two API providers. So in a future, we
Mm.
can also implement 10 API providers, 20 API providers. In the future, the developer can connect multiple repositories, like 10 to 20 repositories with multiple third-party APIs. How useful it will be for the developers? They can ready so much time, so much workload just by using our third-party this platform. So this is the general understanding and the logic behind how the our technologies and how we implemented the solution to address the problem statement. So our team member will explain the technology part of our which technology we use to approach this problem.
So I explained the technologies and the tools for our project. So first coming to the front end, we have the React 18 with TypeScript, and this can make the to create the user interface. So we have the White to run and build the front end, and we have the Tailwind CSS for to styling and dark mode design. And coming to the back end, we have Node.js with the process of Express and with the TypeScript, and it can handles the request of the API and the applications logics. And for storing data, we have SQLite with Prism, and for the AI code analysis with migration, and we has the Google Gemini 2.0 Flash with the LLM. So finally, we have the Afrolit, which is integrated with the GitHub, and it can create the pull request from the API and create the branches and get the file. So our teammate will explain the prototype.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Our project results gives us end-to-end demonstration matrices available as follows. The repository is connected with our website, and it scans for the outdated API keys, and it detects it uh, with the source, and migrates the API key by using the AI migration, and validates the
Mm.
completion, and it gives us confidential score of our code, and it creates a pull request where the developer can see the previous code and the updated code until, and he can manually changes until he get satisfied. Uh, the limitations where we are currently using JS and TypeScript Python only, and the risk of the AI hallucination and the manual review of the edge cost. And the next steps is to we are planning to add more API keys and new languages in. And the long-term vision is to auto-generate the user interest and the CA validation, and explains the change reports with traceable and document links, SLA blanks, and offering with a rollback automation. Customer segments, enterprise IT team, and the DevOps engineers and the AI developers. They are the customers. And the valid propositions detect outdated API keys, and AI provides the code migration, automates the validation, and creates a pull request. The channels are the SaaS platform and the GitHub integration, enterprise scale, and the development communities. A customer relationship is self-service protocol and technical documentation and technical support. Revenue streams as SaaS subscriptions and enterprise license, API usages plan, and continuing service. The key resources are the AI engine, GitHub APIs, and the patch keys, migration rules, and the Prisma database. The key activities are the repository scannings and API detection, code migration, and the validation, pull request creation. The key partners are the GitHub, for now, Google Gemini, and cloud providers, enterprises clients, and the cost structure, cloud hosting, AI API usage, developments, and maintenance. Conclusion of our project is we did a AI migration platform which automatically detects the uh, code, automatically scans the code and detects the outdated API keys and migrates it to the updated API keys, and it validates the code and gives a confidential score of the code and creates a pull request where the developer can check, and after he accepts the request, the code changes automatically. That's all. Any questions?
Ma'am, let me
So,
first, ma'am, let me show the prototype, ma'am.
yeah, yeah, sure.
So my screen is visible now.
Yes, it is.
Okay, ma'am. So this is our platform where we can the AI migration works. So the mandatory function of our platform is first we want to connect with the GitHub PAT key, which is we can connect with here, and it is already
Mm-hmm.
connected with my GitHub account. And we want to use
Okay.
LLM, right? So we want to connect the LLM key, Gemini API key here. We can update the key and configure it the key here. So these are
Okay.
the mandatory process to use our platform. After this process is done, we can directly go to the repository module. There we can see which are the repository where our GitHub account has, and we can connect with it
Mm-hmm.
and disconnect with it. We can connect whatever projects we want to check for the outdated API updates. So after connecting with
Mm-hmm.
these updates, we can directly go to the API providers. For now, we only have two API providers like Open API and Stripe API. We can sync
Okay.
repositories so they can collect the data from the updated codes. And
Mm-hmm.
after doing this mandatory process, we can directly go to the scan repository page where we can select the repository which we connected, which we want to check for the outdated code, and simply click the
Mm-hmm.
audit scan. It will scan according and give the outdated codes. So as you see here, the two outdated codes are pointed. So we can fix this by just by clicking the fix. It will send the outdated codes and the migration rules and all the documents to the LLM. So it will generate the updated codes.
Okay. So what? Is it complete demo?
Yes, no, it is scanning now. It is now generating the
Okay.
output.
So what LLM you are using for doing the comparison?
So we are now using Gemini API, man. Gemini.
Okay. Okay.
So it is
And
shown the what are the difference between the both outdated code and the updated code, and we can also refer the source which is taken the updated codes from. As you can see here, the OpenAPI versions updates. It is taken the updated codes from here. So and we
okay.
can just be clicking the pull request. It will redirect to the GitHub page where we want to. We can directly check it.
Okay. So first it's doing the web scraping and then doing comparison using LLM, is it?
Yes. By collecting all the data, it is sending to the LLM, so the LLM can generate the updated code.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
And in the final
And
result, as
right now it's for GitHub. So can we connect it to any other like Bitbucket or any other AWS also has AWS code commit. So will it work there?
As of now, currently we are only integrating with the GitHub. So in the future, we can integrate it into multiple platforms also.
Okay.
And our
Okay,
project not
fine.
only checks the updated codes, it will also calculate the confidence scores according to the validation and the syntax things and everything, and it will give the confidence score. The developer just want to fix
Okay.
the pull API request, and it will create the overall documentation, entire documentation of the code base.
Okay. So will it give a reference that from where it has taken this data
Yes, ma'am.
that
As
the
you can
following
see here,
APIs?
yes, ma'am. Here the API guide is just by clicking it, it will show where.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is the version guide where it has taken the responses.
Okay.
So we can again collect the data as we can see from the platform also.
Hmm. Okay, this looks good. And I think I'm done with my questions.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Purva. Yeah, I think both the teams have successfully presented. Um, Purva, you can actually fill in the evaluation sheet as per your, convenience. You can make a copy of it, and you can
Yeah, sure. I'll
put
share
in.
with you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure. And guys, you have any questions to ask, ma'am? If you have any queries, please come forward. If not, then we can wind up the session. Okay, I think that's a no. All right. Okay, so we have her in our hand, and you guys are not coming forward to ask a question. Fine. All right.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
shall I ask a question, ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yeah, sure.
so we are in second year. So we have facing multiple difficulties in doing the R&D of our projects. Can you explain where we can find effectively do the R&Ds of our projects and get the data from the different sources so we can effectively approach and structured way to approach our problem statement?
So data as in, you mean to say data set or knowledge related to that particular project? I
To the
mean,
particular problem statement, what are the existing solutions are there and how we are going to differentiate from that and how we can implement a unique solution to present a project.
okay, so right now in the market there are a lot of tools available. So for the beginning, you should focus on open source tools. There's open source community, and in that there are a lot of discussion happens. So I would suggest to, for the beginning, go for that. It, because that will be easy for you guys to implement and use it as it's open source, and you will get lot of you'll get your questions answered from there because a lot of people using it at the same time.
Can you mention any name of the platform so we can use that as a reference? Ma'am?
Uh, not a particular platform. For example, database. So database. Let's say for RAG, we want some vector database. So first of all, search for any open source. What is available? For example, Quadrant is open source. So Quadrant, you can easily yeah, Quadrant, its entire repo is on GitHub. So in GitHub discussion or there you can ask question and your questions will get answered basically. That's my point. So that is just an example. In that way you can approach towards it.
Thank you.
All right. I think that's the final thing. Anyone else? No. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Purva, for taking us through and walking us through the entire presentation. And yeah, and thanks for coming today, for joining us online today, and for sharing all your insights and experience, especially your industry experience. So I think the students would have got, a wonderful experience by presenting it in front of you, and also have got more insights from you, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I will contact you on LinkedIn for further, process.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
Second page of PPT, a full screen photo.